Today, we are going to be taking a look at some of the best centre mids that you guys can go and pick up right now in FIFA 21. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today, we are talking about some of the best centre mids available on FIFA 21. I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below, do you agree with some of these suggestions? Who are your favourite centre mids on FIFA 21? And if you would like to see this in a different variant, maybe we'll go ahead and cover the striker position next. Let's go ahead and roll straight into it and talk to you about player number one. There's going to be a variety of cards here, some new cards that have come out, some older cards as well, and different sort of centre mids that you can pick up on FIFA 21. We're going to talk to you first of all about Leon Goretzka. You may have seen our player review that we did on him recently on the YouTube channel. Leon Goretzka has got a lot of cards on FIFA 21. You can kind of pick and choose which price range suits you. We have used his team of the season recently, and he is a very, very solid card. A card which I really enjoyed. He is in the full 90s on his stats. You can see them on the screen right now as we do roll into some highlights as well. He offers you a full and complete package. He can score goals, he can defend, he can assist, he can do absolutely everything. He's tall as well. He's got good work rates. There isn't really anything about this card that puts you off, to be honest. Maybe the price is a little bit expensive, but obviously you do have like his headliner card, which is a lot cheaper and still a very, very solid card for you guys to go ahead and pick up as well. The kind of downsides to Leon Goretzka is the fact that maybe he's a little bit difficult to link. If you're not running a Bundesliga team, he can be a little bit hard, but one of my kind of favorite cards that I have used, and he has been throughout the years. I'm not a massive fan of his lean body type, but that's me being really, really picky. But I have enjoyed him a lot. As I said, the ability for him to turn, lay off the ball, got the burst of pace to carry the ball from defense into midfield and into attack is something that I really do enjoy about his cards. So we haven't done this in any particular order. I'm not saying that he's the best centre mid that I've used, but he is one of the ones that does stand out and takes a position in my favourite centre mids on FIFA 21. Coming up next, we are going to be taking a look at Lucas Vazquez. And you might be sitting here going, Analyst, he's a right winger. He's not a centre mid. Yeah, I get that. If you can fit him in as a centre mid, you will not be disappointed. This is one of the most versatile cards I think we have on FIFA right now. You can play him absolutely anywhere. Whether you want to play him centre mid, right wing, right mid, centre back, right back, striker, you name it, this guy can do it. He is absolutely incredible. We've been running him in the centre mid role, the right mid role specifically as well, and had a lot of fun with it. He's 94 pace, 83 defending, 84 physical. He fills that box-to-box centre mid role really well. You've got a guy that's nimble on the ball, that can turn, that can pass, that can shoot, has got the pace, and he's a real nuisance to deal with in the middle of the park. If you are going to be playing him in there, you may want to look at like a shadow on him or possibly even an anchor just to give him those more defensive and physical stats in that centre mid position. But partnered with a proper centre defensive mid, maybe like a Kante or a Vieira, you will find a lot of success having Vazquez in there. Now, I know he's a little bit difficult to get into that position, being a right winger obviously as his start, but you could just put him in as a right mid at centre mid and play him on 7 chemistry and you guys will absolutely love it. He is a very frustrating player to play against. When you come up against him, when they've got that much pace in the middle, it makes it very difficult for an opponent to beat and get past that guy. So really don't overlook this one. He's cheap. He's 250,000 coins on both consoles right now. So you can go and pick him up if obviously he suits your team with chemistry and you will not regret it. Honestly, he's absolutely fantastic. If I had to rate this guy, it would probably be a solid 10 out of 10 because the price is right. The position is perfect. He can go anywhere you like. You can't really go wrong with it. So Lucas Vazquez definitely makes one of my top centre mids on FIFA 21. Following on from that, we move on to our next one, which again isn't actually a centre mid, believe it or not. It is the flashback Marcelo. He was ridiculously expensive when his card came out. Obviously, he is traditionally a left back, but I really don't think that's the right position to be playing this card. I think he's fantastic as a centre defensive mid, going forward and offering some support into attack as well. He has 90 pace, 90 defending, and 89 physical. Marcelo, again, quite difficult to get into that centre mid role, but if you can do, you'll find a guy that is good on the ball, that can turn, that can dribble, has the weak foot, has the skill moves, has got the passing, has got the defending, offers you, again, a very, very complete package. Maybe a little bit on the small side for centre mid, can get bullied off the board a little bit, but if you're like me, and you like to be able to turn with your players, dribble with your players, move the ball around really well, you'll kind of put up with this. You will allow that, lack of kind of height and that maybe being bullied off the ball a little bit more than you would probably like. He does work really well. And if you are going to run Marcelo in the middle, I'd highly recommend having, if you can afford it, maybe like a Patrick Vieira or someone of that sort of stature that's tall, has got the defensive ability to kind of sweep up for Marcelo when he goes on his attacking runs into the opponent's box. But honestly, a real fun card, especially with the skill moves coming forward as well. If you want to look for the Elasticos, the Sombreros, whatever it may be, Marcelo does offer that package. I really do rate him. The biggest downside to this card, honestly, was the price. Obviously, if you guys, missed out on it, probably wasn't a massive deal because he was really expensive for what he is. But Marcelo, being a kind of a fun card to use throughout all of the FIFAs over the years. So one which kind of made it in for me purely just for that nostalgia effect as well. But Marcelo does make it into my top centre mids. Wouldn't be a centre mid list if we didn't have the main man, Bruno Fernandez. We can look at the team of the season. We can look at the team of the year. We can look at his player of the month, the headliners, whatever it may be. You can take your pick again with Bruno. You've got a variety of cards to kind of choose from. These cards do come at a heavy cost. He is very expensive. But in terms of that box-to-box centre mid, or maybe a bit more of a number 10 role, you can't really get any better than Bruno Fernandez. He's better than Kevin De Bruyne for me. Lives up to his card stats very well. You're going to be seeing a lot of finesse shots from this guy from the edge of the box. Passing beyond your wildest dreams. Unbelievable passing on Bruno. Has the ability to just calm and slow the game down as he wants to. Dribble away from any opponent's tackling coming in. And has very good physicals as well, which is a Brucey bonus. If you've got a Premier League team, you'll definitely find that running N'Golo Kante and Bruno Fernandez in the middle together will work really well for you. One of these cards that, I'll be honest with you, took me back this year. I've never liked Kevin De Bruyne. I felt Kevin De Bruyne hasn't lived up to his card stats. Bruno Fernandez, I was worried was going to do that as well and not really live up to what the anticipation was, the expectation of that card. However, he does do that for me exactly. So this is a guy that, as I said, if you're running the Premier League team, you want a centre mid, a box-to-box centre mid, do not look past anyone other than Bruno. He is the best in that position. If you've got the coins to splash it on the team of the year, on the team of the season, whichever one you can get, is definitely worth picking up. As I said, you've got a bit of versatility that you can play as a deep line playmaker, a box-to-box playmaker, or as a number 10. Really does come down to what formation you're playing and how you are going to play him. Either way, one of the versatile centre mids in the middle of the pitch that can do pretty much everything as well. His defensive stats are not too bad at all, and a real fun card to use. So the Manchester United fans will be happy with us to see that one making our list. Okay, so we've done the more non-traditional centre mids. Let's move to a proper centre mid now. Kante. Absolute beast. Again, Kante's got quite a few cards for you to pick through on FIFA 21. His highest one is the What If, which is 91 rated with 81 pace, 89 defending, and 87 physical. Kante is probably the second best centre defensive mid that you can get on this game, only behind Patrick Vieira. I'd probably prefer him over Vieira if Vieira wasn't as tall. Vieira just seems to be so difficult to get past because of those long legs. But the next best version to that, and the cheaper version, is your N'Golo Kante. You can take your pick on which one you go for dependent on your price. Again, chemistry style is varied on here. People go for different stuff. Personally, I'll go for a shadow because I want to boost that pace as much as possible. He is one of the easiest guys to jockey in and around the box, to keep marshalling those passing lanes, to cover those passing lanes and put that pressure on and, stop the opponent from getting through. With Kante, you're not going to be getting an attacking threat here. That's not how he rolls. You want to play him, if you want to play him in a 2 centre mid formation, that's absolutely fine. Make sure you've got someone next to you that has got the ability to go forward. That might be Vazquez, it might be Marcelo, it might be whoever. As long as they've got that ability to go forward and offer options in attack, then Kante will work really well for you. Now, he is quite poor on the ball. You don't want to be passing long passes with him. That's not his strong point. He's never been that good of a passer on FIFA for me. But in terms of breaking up the opponent's attack, getting those tackles in, being that rock before they get to your defense, honestly, one of the best cards that I have used. Would really, really recommend him if you are after that perfect centre defensive mid. Ruud Gullit comes up next. Not much to say about Ruud Gullit, other than that, he's incredible. Sometimes people get confused that why Leon Goretzka isn't better than Gullit. And that's purely just because of Gullit's height, his stature. The way he dominates the midfield, he's so difficult to get past. When you play against Ruud Gullit, and you'll be seeing some footage here, you can just see how he bullies you off the ball. He makes it difficult for you to play that pass in because of his long legs. He can just step in and take that ball off you. He's got the strength. He's got the ability to attack, defend, absolutely everything on this card. Gullit is one of them ones that unfortunately I don't get to use too much throughout FIFA purely because of his price. He's always one of the most expensive icons that are out there on the market. If you're fortunate enough to have him via a pack, SBC or Untradeable, whatever it is, or you went out and bought him, you definitely cannot get better than Gullit. Gullit is probably the best centre mid for me in kind of offering you absolutely everything. Does come at a heavy, heavy cost though. Again, whether you're looking at the 90, the prime or the moments, the baby Gullit is one that you do want to stay away from. He's not a very good card. His work rates are a little bit naff as well. So I wouldn't advise using that one. But any other versions of Ruud Gullit is an endgame card. You can use it till the end of the game, and that is not an issue whatsoever for you. There isn't a guy that has the ability to take the ball from his 18-yard box to the opposing 18-yard box and just bully everyone out the way and say, thank you very much. I'm going to charge through and I'm going to take that ball over there. Unbelievable card. Good and bad gameplay as well. So definitely one that if you do have those coins, if you can get him, I would highly, highly recommend it. So then, as we round it up, there is a few cards that I haven't mentioned. Patrick Vieira, for example, is a fantastic centre defensive mid. For most people, though, they probably stay away from him because they want people that are a little bit better on the ball. And Patrick Vieira, obviously, is a little bit clunky. However, in terms of being able to take the ball and dispossess it off anyone, there probably isn't a better man than Patrick Vieira. So I do really enjoy him on that front. And there is plenty of other centre mids that I haven't mentioned that you guys probably think should make it onto the list, but this is only my personal opinion. These are the ones that I've used, that I've enjoyed throughout our time on FIFA 21, and some ones that maybe you haven't thought of. I know they're not all traditional centre mids, and you do have to change some positions around and get a little bit jiggly when it comes to the chemistry, but it is worth it in the long run. So you do let me know exactly who makes your list down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like as well. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.